happened just like that.
Came to a point in our marriage where when we'd be out, I would see this go out with one person and come home with somebody who was completely different in temperament.
Mm-hmm.
And it got to be very difficult. And we discussed it. We worked it out. And, I mean, he's just been magnificent, has felt the best because of it. And I think it's something that he's finally said to himself, damn it, I'm not going to let that get the better of me or my life or my marriage.
I have never seen you apparently this open. I always sense that somehow Carson is on guard, wary.
Mm-hmm.
You are?
Sure.
Why?
I like to keep certain things private. I probably do put up a barrier until I get to know people.
It's very hard for him to express his feelings to people. Really only those he trusts a lot. He doesn't trust very many people. And so therefore, people who he doesn't trust might find him to be aloof, snobby, stiff, don't touch me.
In the Rolling Stone interview recently, they said Carson is a man profoundly uncomfortable with his own emotions and unable to express his pain, insecurity, and deep caring without considerable difficulty. That's so, Johnny?
No, I don't think so. I think I'm probably reluctant to do it. I don't find it difficult to do it. I'm reluctant to do it with people I don't know well. If I know somebody well, I can sit around.
I have seen John cry deeply only on 2 occasions in all the years I know him, and I've known him now 9 years. He finds that very difficult to do.
May I intrude to ask when, or would you rather I didn't?
I'll tell you just one time, because I don't think he'd mind me telling you that. When Jack Benny died, when we came home from the funeral, Johnny wept like a baby. And it was continuous. It was for several hours. I'd never seen him cry quite like that before.
They were that close?
Oh, I think as a young man growing up, the idol, the image, everything. Jack was his thing. And yes, they were close friends.
It's not the Tonight Show in Burbank, California. It's the Johnny Carson Show at the Sahara Hotel in Las Vegas, Nevada. He first appeared here way back in 1964 for a mere $40,000 a week. For this 3-day engagement, his take is $225,000. And the Johnny Carson you see here in Las Vegas is different from the man you see on NBC.
Now, those of us who do comedy have been waiting a long time for a family like the Carters to show up. Oh, yeah. This was sent from heaven. Now, this is some kind of family. They got some weird people there, and I will discuss the whole genealogy of the Carter clan and bring you up to date. I saw a picture of Carter in the paper the other day. You know, if he had a little, what do they call that when your hair stands up? A little cowlick. If he had a little cowlick, he'd look exactly like Dagwood Bumstead. Oh, yeah, and the way things have been going, he's acting like Dagwood. And now we come to Brother Billy, the direct clone of Fred Flintstone.
He can be funnier and meaner and less inhibited on stage than on television.
Billy is a real smoothie. Billy does not have both oars in the water, I don't think. They got to pump a little more air up in there somewhere. Now, you're all familiar with Billy's wonderful diplomatic little deal he did when the Libyan delegation was here. He was showing the Libyan delegation around Plains, Georgia. And here were these dignified people from the country of Libya. And Billy steps out of the car and relieves himself against the side of a building. That's our president's brother. That's the way you find Billy's house in Plains. You just follow the yellow brick road and it goes right to Billy's house. It's just... You know about Ruth? She's the evangelist. She's the one who is trying to convert Larry Flint. Yes, they're close friends to religion. Larry Flint, of course, who produces one of our tastier magazines, Hustler magazine. And Larry Flint says, yes, I've learned a lot of things from Ruth. And if you look at Hustler at all, it does have religious overtones. I mean, you open it and you go, my God.
you've only had one failure that I know of, professionally.
Oh?
Well, isn't that true?
What was that?
The Johnny Carson show back in 1950, whenever it was.
Yeah, we were on for 39 weeks, and we went off at the end of 39 weeks.
And Ben Brady?
Mm-hmm.
Was he the producer of it, or the...
That's what I thought.
Carson was trying to be a major comedian in prime time, and he didn't have the power, said Ben Brady. He is generically not a strong stand-up comedian like Hope, Skelton, or Benny. He isn't now, and he never can be.
Well, I wonder what Mr. Brady would say today.
When we first set out to do this profile a couple of years ago, the only film we'd shot before Johnny called a halt for a while was his appearance to pick up an award as the Hasty Pudding Club's Man of the Year at Harvard University.
I suppose it sounds better when you're all awake. You get up just for this?
Yes.
Okay, back to bed.
I have a hunch that this event meant a good deal to Johnny, a Nebraska boy making good in the Ivy League. That night, after a long, cold day, the award ceremony.
This is really lovely, but more important than that, I want to thank the club for letting me and my wife stay in the master's residence last night at Elliott House. You really don't know what that means. It's the first time I've scored with a chick on a college campus since 1949.
And finally, a news conference and a question Johnny pondered for a while.
What would you like your epitaph to be?
My epitaph?
Ultimately. Isn't that premature?
Well, I prefer not to have one at all, if that was possible. We never got to that point. I don't know. I think something like, I'll be right back.